Good evening, everyone. After the historic World Cup adventure last year, the Republic of Ireland with qualification for a major tournament in their crosshairs again. The sternest of Euro qualifying groups ended on a high with that Páirc Uí Chaoimh win over France, and now Eileen Gleeson charges, hoping to bring that momentum into what should be 4 games to decide their fate. First up, it's Georgia in Tbilisi. Ireland had little difficulty in swatting them aside when the nations last met back in the World Cup qualifiers. The first leg in Tallaght ending in a record 11-0 win, the second leg in Gori 9-0. Most are looking beyond this to the playoff final against Wales or Slovakia. Eileen Gleeson's job this week has been purely to focus on the here and now. Ahead of the game, we'll take the anthems.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Georgia.
Certainly a more sizable crowd in attendance for this one than was the case when Ireland were last in Georgia. A big night for the home side. They've never made it to a major championship finals. And in terms of a soccer nation, buoyed by the men making it to the historic Euro 2024 finals for them, reaching the round of 16. But a big task ahead of them against this Irish side that comes here with tails up. And a home leg to come, of course, on Tuesday in Tallaght. And we'll keep you up to date with all that's happening between Wales and Slovakia as we go along through the evening here as well. The winners of that to face the winners of this. So weather conditions, certainly not oppressive. Down around 10 or 11 degrees. An 8 o'clock kickoff local time. Denise O'Sullivan, fond memories of facing the Georgians 2 years ago, a hat-trick in one of those games, but a big night, of course, for Grace Maloney. Eileen Gleeson without her #1, Courtney Brosnan, who serves that 1-game ban. Grace Maloney in for her 7th cap, one of a handful of changes from the side that started the Páirc Uí Chaoimh win against France. Louise Quinn, Marusha Littlejohn, Jesu all sidelined. Leanne Kiernan dropping to the bench, and coming in Abby Larkin, Lily Agg, Tyler Toland and Ciara Carusa. who missed the last set of fixtures due to injury, but ready to go again. Our officials this evening, a mixture of Albania and Kazakhstan. Emanuela Rosta of Albania will have the whistle. So the formalities completed. And kick-off now almost upon us. It's so important for Ireland to follow up now on what they did in qualifying for that World Cup and make it to the European Championships next summer in Switzerland. Plenty of the big hitters already confirmed there. The champions England, Germany, Spain, France, the Netherlands, Italy, Iceland and Denmark, with the 7 final places to be decided between these playoffs. Anya O'Gorman is alongside me. Anya, what are you expecting here?
Yeah, Des, I think Ireland obviously focusing on the 3 points here today. Can't let complacency kick in. Needs to be professional performance, play with a high tempo, have patience in their build-up as well. And obviously an historic occasion for Georgia here tonight as well. You can hear the crowd getting behind them already, and I think they'll be a little bit more tactically prepared than when we previously played them, and we'll be looking at them, I think, setting up in a low block.
Well, just to mention Iris Antman, who is the Israeli coach of Georgia, very settled side through their 6 qualifying group games, and just 1 change from their last out win in Lithuania in July, which guaranteed them this playoff spot. It's a significant looking one though. Tiona Bakradze, who scored 4 of the side's 6 goals in qualifying, was named in the squad for these games, but isn't in tonight's matchday squad. That looks a big blow for the hosts. We are underway at the Mikhail Meshki Stadium in Tbilisi. Ireland looking to take that first leg advantage with them back to Tala on Tuesday. Katie McCabe immediately looking in towards the penalty area. Lily Agg with that tendency to make those attacking runs from midfield, joining Kira Caruso in there. And the first claim for the young Georgian goalkeeper Tatia Gabunia, who was in goal for the 9-0 loss to the Republic of Ireland 2 years ago. Gabunia sends it long down the pitch.
And already, Des, you can see we're set up in a 3-5-2 formation with Caruso and Julianne Russell up top, and you can see already Georgia just dropping off into that low block and not looking to press it all until we enter their half.
You can already see as well Michael Bebia is just, well, the centre forward in name. She's sitting in on top of Tyler Toland. As mentioned by Eileen Gleeson, a lot of the Irish play, the 3 centre halves. Tonight it's Mannion, Patton and Hayes will probably have plenty of possession and be charged with setting things in motion. But the ball slipped through by Aoife Mannion. And now Denise O'Sullivan to get the first shot in anger away, and she wasn't a million miles away from finding an early opening goal, all inside the opening 90 seconds.
Yeah, good little threaded pass by Aoife Mannion there. She just drives in, commits a little slip off to Abby Larkin, pulls it back to Denise O'Sullivan, and it only just flashes wide.
Denise O'Sullivan, cap number 116, made her debut against Wales back in 2011. Might well be Wales that they'll be facing. All things working out in the playoff final. If Ireland do get through, and you'd imagine they will, then it will be the second leg to play at home as well. Here is McCabe, the captain. Happy to come back to Anna Patton in the middle of those 3 centre halves, and now Caitlin Hayes. Patton again of Aston Villa. Started all 5 WSL games for them this season. Tyler Toland. Now Hayes, who's been very busy with Celtic between League and Champions League. Bit of a changing of the guard almost in terms of that back line, isn't there, with the 3 centre halves. Mannion's 29, Patton's 25 and Hayes 29, but they're relatively new into the international fold, just to provide some competition for the likes of Louise Quinn and Niamh Fahey and Diane Caldwell.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously Niamh Fahey's on the bench tonight. We might see her introduction throughout the game. Louise Quinn's out injured as well, so it's a great opportunity, I suppose, for Caitlin Hayes, Anna Patton and Aoife Mannion, that back 3. We've seen Aoife Mannion kind of play them wing-back roles, but for me personally, more central is her strength.
Now, this is an area where Georgia really struggles in the World Cup qualifiers. Set-piece deliveries, Ireland got plenty of joy from them. And it's that left foot of Katie McCabe to deliver here. the most physically imposing of sides, Georgia. Let's see how they handle this. Julianne Russell in and around Gabunia. So signal given. Mannion on the move now towards the near post, and it's heading towards Aoife Mannion. Ducked underneath after getting the shout, and then the effort on the follow-up from Abby Larkin. Off target, but the expected front foot start from Ireland here.
Yeah, absolutely. Good delivery in by McCabe there, but I think Caitlin Hayes was marked well, and you can just see the little block on her, and she just, well, perhaps a foul, or looked like obstruction to me, Des, and then Abby Larkin doesn't hit the target.
Well, there is VAR in effect this evening. I'm not quite sure what kind of an attempted block or tackle that was. No eyes on the ball whatsoever. Both arms wrapped around Caitlin Hayes. Flat kick out Ireland, back on the front foot again. McCabe nudges it forward. Julianne Russell. And driving on, enterprising run from Russell, and she's got the free kick. And think back to that qualifying group, and Ireland struggles to create anything going forward, and then half-time came in Carrow Road, the penultimate game against England. We were there. Julianne Russell, Leanne Kiernan came on, and everything just seemed to change from there. Yeah,
absolutely, and then went back to Parc ny Cuivre and the great result against France, and I think it's really given this team a big boost going into these playoff fixtures.
Leanne Kiernan may be a little unfortunate to lose her place tonight to the returning Kira Carusa. And she and Russell caused France so many problems. Always positive in what she does, isn't she?
A little trickery and drives through and just forces the foul.
Off the back of a good season with Galway. Galway United having a very good season themselves, finishing third behind Athlone and Shelburne. Here is the delivery on the way now from Abby Larkin. All the heavy hitters around the back. We're looking for some movement at the front. Sullivan and McCabe, that doesn't quite go to plan.
Yeah, it looked like they're just trying to implement something that they practice on a training ground. It doesn't come off, but we still have possession.
So Sullivan and Katie McCabe, 200-odd caps between them.
Yeah, there's just going to be the tempo of her play. The speed of play can be shift left to right, just pull them a little bit out of position.
Aoife Mannion's been caught in possession here, and for the first time, a chance for Georgia to drive into the opposition half. It's Bebbia. And then put to that attack, and good work by Larkin. Sullivan crowded out, and a few tackles coming in now.
Yeah, just bodies around the ball there, Des, wasn't it?
Bebbia, who didn't enjoy her last trip to Tala, scored an early own goal and was issued with a late red card. A key that, from their point of view, when they do get chances to break like that they get up support to her. Mannion. Sharper in possession this time. And then Alan Patton out to Caitlin Hayes. McCabe. Now plenty of time to drive on down the left-hand side here. Lily Agg nudging it through, and it might come back again to Denise O'Sullivan. Look how many Georgian bodies edge of the penalty area. Wise choice from McCabe to go wide to Russell, who's in space. Gabunia punches away. Abby Larkin. No way through this time. And a little bit of respite now for Georgia with the free kick, won by Bebbia.
Yeah, you can see Georgia packing out the middle. Early doors, Katie McCabe. Julianne peels really wide, just gets some width and gets a good ball in the box.
Julianne Russell, no stranger to those wide areas. Decent ball in. Gabunia, a bit of confidence, a piece of goalkeeping. And they're taking a chance, not surprisingly, just to slow it down here. Miriam Kalandadze, most of the team drawn from the top two in what is a small domestic league. McCabe picks it up in the centre circle and looks for the movement of Russell again. Looking to get to the end line. And persisting Julianne Russell. And Ireland will stay deep in Georgia territory. Katie McCabe looking to get play started again quickly to keep the tempo in this for Ireland. And a Patton.
It's just their speed of play now and just not being complacent in them build-ups from the back as well, like we see in Aoife Mannion early on, and just be confident in possession.
Mannion looks for the big switch. And Gasviani helps it on its way. Denise O'Sullivan. And Cheminova there for Georgia, an attacking player, but you can see where she is at the moment. Almost playing as a right wing back. Some of those Georgian players will have to sacrifice those attacking instincts to do their defensive work here. McCabe with the latest cross, so and that's not dealt with too convincingly. Pieces picked up by Larkin. Mannion. And Ireland happy to come back out again and start again with those centre halves. Hayes, early for O'Sullivan. Drifts inside, pings it back out to that far side. Crossing chance here for Larkin. Good looking ball in as well. Gabunia couldn't hold it. O'Sullivan's follow-up effort was charged down, but the whistle already sounded for a foul on the goalkeeper.
Nice little bit of build-up though. I think it was Iliag that fell the goalkeeper in the end. Denise, who just shifted the ball left to right. Denise found a little bit of pocket. Abby Larkin kept her width and got a good ball into the box. And I think it was Julianne actually that was the judge that fell the goalkeeper in the end.
They're a little late, all right. There was definitely contact with Tatia Gabunia. Qualifiers, Georgia were operating in League C, where they finished second behind Belarus, who they refused to play. Over the two games, both games were awarded 3-0 against them, and it took a late penalty in the final game from Maiko Bebia in Lithuania to win that one 1-0 and secure their place in the playoffs. Ireland, of course, operating in League A in that group with England, France and Sweden. So definite difference in levels that these two sides have been operating at.
Absolutely, Des. We were playing in League A, these were playing in League C, so it's hard to compare.
Patton. Larkin seeing plenty of it early. Looking to work something in and off her from two. We've got it back again. O'Sullivan. A shooting chance, charged down. Chikat Skifili. And it's a free kick out in the end.
Yeah, Abby Larkin started the game really well, just keeping her position really high and wide on that flank. And that's where the space is at the moment, because Georgia is trying to stay so compact. And Julianne with the shot, and I think the deflection off the defender just came off her hand.
See, Kira Carusa has been reading these kickouts from the goalkeeper, some of which have been a little bit flat, so pushed right up in her line of vision. Hooked on by Manchester United's Aoife Mannion. Layoff from Carusa. And Georgia eager to get close and get tight and try and stem the Ireland flow. Foul on Larkin that time. First 12 minutes played almost exclusively in Georgia's half.
Yeah, you can see they're getting deeper and deeper already, Des, as the half goes on.
McCabe is popping up in that central area again. And suggesting a dive. Referee not in agreement.
I think she did catch her, to be fair.
Nice quick feed from Bebia. A free kick taken by Mariam Kalandadze. Danielia, who's one of those to watch in that overworked Georgian midfield. Danielia wearing 6 and Pasik Ashvili wearing 3. Probably the two most significant players in that team. Hurled down the line, that skimmed off the head of Larkin. And Patton had to make sure they didn't concede a corner. So a rare foray into the attacking final third here for Georgia.
Yeah, you can hear the crowd getting behind them anytime they get into Ireland's half.
Sofiko Narcia winding up the throw-in. Headed away by Mannion. Larkin clears it away, and Georgia steadily being pushed back here. Republic of Ireland travelled on Tuesday, trained on the match pitch yesterday. So used to their surroundings. And so far, as we head towards the 15-minute mark, dominating the game, just chasing that breakthrough goal. Narcia's throwing again. Hooked away by Ag. Kalandadze, whistle sounded, and this is a Georgia free kick now in a decent position for them. Our Albanian referee, Emanuela Rosta, just gave herself a second with that.
Yeah, and as Georgia, anytime they get on the ball, they're just trying to kill the tempo of the game from these set positions. Looks like Lily Ag just arrived with a high foot.
The referee gave herself a second because she lost the whistle just as Ag was thundering into the tackle. And Georgia might have been anticipating they mightn't get too many attacking opportunities. This is one they'll be looking to take advantage of. Decent effort as well, but clutched comfortably underneath her crossbar by Grace Maloney.
Now these are moments can we get quick attacks when perhaps some of the Georgian team are out of position.
Grace Maloney, who's been around the squad for the best part of a decade, made her debut back in 2016, her competitive debut in the Euro qualifier with Germany in Tala. Was part of a very good underage squad that lost European under-17 final to Spain back in 2010. Courtney Brosnan's suspension gives her a chance to come back in tonight. Larkin again in off that right-hand side. Patton and Hayes. 14 league goals, Caitlin Hayes, for Celtic last season in their thrilling maiden Scottish title win. Title won on the final day on goal difference. Champions League football this season, including last out a trip to Madrid to face Real. Toland. Don't think she got a nick on the ball, so...
Yeah, looks soft out, Des.
Cheminava will take it.
She played for that.
Along with the Republic of Ireland and Wales, you've also got Northern Ireland and Scotland, plus Sweden, Norway, Belgium, Austria, Portugal, all in these playoffs. Just a slight hesitation from Caitlin Hayes there, had to be careful. But she didn't leave a lazy leg there. A few more positive moments for Georgia in the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, absolutely, Des, and I think these are the moments that Ireland just need to keep their concentration. And then when we win the ball back, can we improve our ball speed a little bit, be a little bit more patient. Georgia sitting back in that like 5-4-1 block, and we don't need to force things.
Bebbia to take it. And they've decided to put numbers in and around Grace Maloney here to try and make it awkward for the Ireland goalkeeper. There's the delivery towards the near post. Well defended by Mannion.
Georgia's strolling over to get the ball to restart the game.
It is that different type of situation for Ireland, isn't it? Remember Eileen Gleeson saying ahead of those last 2 games against England and France that she wanted her side to get into that position where they can be higher up the pitch, competing and staying up in presses. But this is very different again, a side that drops so far back. The approach has to be different. You see so much more of the ball. It's what you can do with it. And Bebbia is starting to enjoy herself. A few little tricks coming out as Georgia win it back again, but not for long. Mannion. Now McCabe. Mightn't be the worst thing in the world for this Ireland team if Georgia were to get a little bit more confident and a little braver and start to come out a little more.
Yeah, that's what we have to do, Des. We have to entice them out a little bit, so then we can find them little bits of space. And Julianne made a really good run out there to the left, and there's a little bit of pocket of space. We just need the bodies to fill that and get on the ball.
Hayes, and now Patton with a chance to step in. Surveying her options. That one too close to the goalkeeper. And Gabunia already killing time, 20 minutes in.
They've been killing time since the first minute, Des.
Well, for a side, when you know you're facing an opposition that beat you 11-0 and 9-0 within the last 2 and 3 years, there's probably a little bit of clock watching going on in these early minutes here. Can we get to certain periods of the game without conceding? And all of a sudden, after a tough start, they've hit the 20-minute mark, still 0-0. Katie McCabe floats it forward. Carusa breaks down for Denise O'Sullivan. And she caught it well, but down the throat of Tatia Gabunia.
Great hold-up play by Ciara Carusa there. Great little whip in by McCabe, and it falls to Denise O'Sullivan, and she strikes it well, but it's straight at Gabunia. But it's a sign of what we can do, and I think how key Ciara Carusa is to us in this game, to link up play, hold up balls.
I'm not quite sure if that was whoever's on the public address announcing a good save by the goalkeeper, because there was a huge cheer after it. Oh, good link up down the right-hand side. There goes the scurrying Larkin again. Danelia covering a lot of ground defensively from her central midfield role. Right and left, trying to put out those fires. Cabordanzia, touch tight in her marking. Katie McCabe having a good chat over there with the assistant referee. Not quite sure what that's in relation to. Ireland set up, clustered around the penalty spot. Julianne Russell in around the goalkeeper, heading in the goalkeeper's direction again. Well, she might not be catching them, Gabunia, but she's getting enough on them with her fists to clear the danger.
I actually think that's a really good ball in by Katie McCabe. There's good whip in it right on top of the goalie. Just didn't get the bodies in there quick enough.
She has shown a confidence, Gabunia, to step off her line and try and deal with these deliveries. Space at a premium in there. Heading towards the midway point of this first half, Abby Larkin. Plenty of air on that one. And decision given against Ireland again. Eagle-eyed referee pointing an accusing finger at Lily Agg.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is what Katie was speaking to the assistant referee about. It was just speeding up the game and keeping it moving.
Better kick out that time. Final touch off Larkin, out for a Georgia throw-in. Second leg to come with us on Tuesday live from Tallaght. It would be such a big achievement to follow on with a first World Cup showing, with a first of the Euros. Think back to the last Euros, an absolutely unqualified success. 87,000 192 at Wembley to see England beat Germany after extra time in that final. The tournaments that Ireland want to be regular participants in now. And certainly playing England, France and Sweden twice. And I think that qualifying group will stand to them.
Absolutely. And I think Anna Patton can miss Caitlin Hayes out there and go straight to Katie McCabe and just speed up our attack.
Georgia certainly sticking to the plan of their manager Iris Santman, who herself won almost 50 caps for Israel as a goalkeeper. Has them well organised here defensively. And Gabunia, a goalkeeper who's growing in confidence by the minute.
Gabunia's had a busy start to the game though, Des. And I think for Ireland we just had to keep moving the ball, tire out Georgia. We know what it's like not seeing a lot of the ball in the game and playing in them low blocks. You just have to wait for the opposition to move, make a mistake and punish them.
Kalandadze is rough and rugged centre half, very much seems to like that physical contact part of the game. Just watching Denise O'Sullivan trying to find those little gaps. Georgia's so deep though, there aren't too many, but her movement is good and here she is on it now. Back with McCabe. Hayes. Patton, Ireland switching left to right, new avenue of attack, Mannion. Breaks off Liliag. And in the end, Marcia forced to concede a throw-in. Sullivan on the move once more. Lifts up the cross, goalkeeper doesn't come for this one. Julianne Russell just couldn't turn it on target though. Hayes reacting smartly. Lovely little step over from McCabe. Julianne Russell not quite on her toes that time.
Yeah, and it was a good ball but in by Denise, and Julianne just couldn't quite get the power behind the header and the connection.
Toland. Ireland debuts as a 16-year-old against Northern Ireland. Russell will chase, but the ball beats her to the end line. Well, they came to witness this moment of history tonight. First qualifying game, first playoff game. And so far, their side have been resolute and obdurate defensively. Next target, I'm sure, would be for them to try and get in at half-time with that goal intact. Aggressive in the fight again for the ball, 2-on-1 against Julianne Russell, but Russell's back to get it back and taken down.
Yeah, good work by Julianne Russell there, just to get back and win the ball, and she was driving through and won the foul.
Nice turn initially by Anna Cheminava of Hapoel Tel Aviv, one of the few who play outside of their own country. Kalagishvili is trying to get some air back into the lungs. Short option is on here if they want it, everyone dropping. And Tyler Toland provides Katie McCabe with that option. Toland again. Another cross on the way, and this time Gabunia does hold it. A pat on the back for her efforts from Kalandadze. Three clean sheets across their 6 group qualifiers. Home and away wins against Cyprus and the final and crucial 1-0 away win in Lithuania. Layoff from O'Sullivan. Larkin couldn't keep it with her, but Toland has it now. Big gap in the world rankings, 94 places between Ireland and 24th, Georgia in 118th. Big question will be, if, and you'd imagine when Ireland go in front, how will Georgia react to that? While it's 0-0, it's just feeding into their own game plan to stay solid defensively. And wait for moments like that.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just playing for free kicks, throw-ins, corner kicks, just opportunities to get themselves up the pitch and get a breather.
Danelli had the one fouled. Nice touch under pressure from Carusa. And then Julianne Russell out to Hayes. Good sharp early ball, that one for McCabe. Chance to get her head up here and get her cross in. Around the back it's Denise O'Sullivan. First touch, just give her a little bit of work to do. But that one quick pass you've been asking for from Caitlin Hayes there got Ireland moving.
Yeah, lots of pace in the ball out to Katie McCabe, and it's a great delivery. She just, you could see she was teeing up to hit Denise O'Sullivan at the back post.
Ireland working that little triangle up by the corner flag. Mannion comes back out again to Larkin. Another cross in, a flicked header, and Gabunia touches it up and over. Julianne Russell denied.
Abby Larkin ball in, and this time Julianne gets a good connection to it. Gabunia just tips it over the bar.
She's enjoying her night so far, Tatia Gabunia. For many of these Georgian players, it's one of those shop window games, I guess.
Hopefully it doesn't last for too much longer, Des.
Past the half-hour mark. Still 0-0 in this playoff semi-final first leg. Can Ireland make one of these several set pieces pay? Good delivery around the back, Hayes, though. I'm sure she was intending to go back across, but just got the header wrong. And Katie McCabe, we've seen it now on a few occasions. She's gone to the assistant referee, to the referee, to make her point. Back to Hayes. Caitlin Hayes looking up again, not too many gaps directly in front of her. McCabe into the penalty area, Ag arriving. Now Russell. Oh, lovely reverse ball to find Katie McCabe. Here comes the cross, great delivery. And just wide, Abby Larkin flying in off that right wing. A lovely touch from Julianne Russell to set up McCabe. And Ireland only inches away here.
Yeah, it's lovely build-up play. Great little ball by Julianne to Katie, and floats a lovely cross into the box again. And yeah, it's just narrowly wide. I think Abby will probably be disappointed with that one, that it didn't go into the back of the net.
Plenty of pace on that ball in. Wasn't an easy finish for Abby Larkin, had to try and get across the defender.
Better play though, you could see Katie just coming in narrow into that little pocket, and Julianne peeling out left then.
Another high in hanging cross, Gabunia. The second time of asking. You can see, as you mentioned already, how compact Georgia are in the middle, and telling that chance for Abby Larkin, one wing back down one side, the other wing back off the other side. Close run thing. I can tell you it's second half just underway in Slovakia. Slovakia and Wales is still 0-0 there. Bebia. Managed to cushion it down, but that's the issue, and she's back in her own half. Supporting midfielder plays it forward, no one in the Ireland half to give chase. Russell holds it up well, McCabe. Patton. Mannion. Sullivan drifting, wandering and roaming. Nice little ball that Larkin has the pace to get there, digs out another cross, and there was an arm thrown at that one, penalty. And after all their hard work to concede a penalty in that fashion will be checked by VAR. Now, was it off the shoulder, was it off the arm? That will be checked, but it was definitely a movement towards the ball.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a penalty, Des, first instant, and it's just frailed her arm away from her body, just to deny the cross from Abby Larkin.
34 minutes of determined defence, of aggressive defence, of defending in numbers. What exactly happened here? Abby Larkin again was involved in it. Are they looking for a handball first, perhaps? Did skim off Chikartishvili. Behind her it was Natia Danelia.
Yeah, for me it's a handball, isn't it, Des? She just brings her hand away from her body to block the cross.
As is the way these days, the person holding the ball will most likely not be the one taking the penalty. Kira Caruso will leave it to her captain.
Yeah, there's no one else really going to take it, Des, was there?
90th cap for Katie McCabe, hunting goal number 27 here. 5 of the 2 games against Georgia back in those World Cup qualifiers. Faces down, Tatia Gabunia. 10 minutes to go in this first half. First half dominated by Ireland. They've been made to wait, though. And McCabe herself being made to wait. McCabe, it's going to be a short run up. Breath, and Katie McCabe dispatches it. Ireland make the breakthrough and do so from the penalty spot.
Yeah, there's the pressure paid off eventually. I think when you're trying to play so deep in a low box, it's just damage limitation at times, and it only takes one player to make a mistake, and never in doubt, and Katie just slots it to the right of the keeper into the bottom corner.
Well, Gabunia gets right and going right, but never got enough of a spring to get there. And the ball almost in the net before she moved. Clinically dispatched by Katie McCabe. The Arsenal and Ireland star finds the breakthrough goal into Tbilisi. As we said, the big question now, how Georgia will react to this. Still a long way to go here.
You know, Des, I think it'll help us in attack a little bit if they do have to come after the game a little bit more and step out. Will just give us more space in the attack.
We have a goal here, and we also, we understand, have a goal in Slovakia, and it's the home side that's taken the lead there. 5 minutes into the second half. Decent looking delivery, that one. Big header away, though. And then too tempting not to take it on, but maybe wishing she hadn't now. Pasikashvili. It's one of those moments, as a defender, as a midfielder, as it was the case there, Danelia back in her own box. Got to make a decision on what you think is maybe going on behind you.
Yeah, it does, but I don't really think she needs to put her body in line to stop that cross going in.
Very much the wrong decision, as it turned out. In terms of the earlier fixtures, a couple of big wins already in these playoffs for Portugal away in Azerbaijan and for Norway away in Albania. Those two look set fair for Switzerland next summer. Larkin, who's been excellent in this first half, little drop of the shoulder. Looking for the pullback towards the edge where Sullivan was lurking. Patton leaves it for McCabe.
Yeah, we've seen Katie coming into that more central position now, into little pockets as well, trying to get Julie to get the width on the left-hand side. Liliag even pulled out from the centre.
Georgia feeling that Julianne Russell left a leg in there. Danelia, who gave away the penalty, now maybe in need of some attention. Russell, one of three in this current squad, along with Eva Mangan and Katie Keane, playing their football domestically. 13 of the squad have played or do play in the domestic league, which has just wrapped up with a pretty sensational FAI Cup final. Athlone unable to do the double. Big performance by Shelburne on the day.
Yeah, they literally blew them away on a windy day. Yeah, obviously it was a good season. I think one of the most competitive today. Shelburne were up there, Galway were up there, and obviously it just shows, I think, how well Julianne's done in the league now. She's warranted her place in the international team.
After 4 years away, what a return it was as well. Got the phone call from Eileen Gleeson. Came back with a bang, Julianne Russell, but she's been tightly shackled in this game so far. Georgia not backwards and coming forwards in terms of the physical stakes. Taking their man-marking duties seriously. Difficult though to play 90 minutes, isn't it, in this fashion when you're constantly defending?
Absolutely, like, it's so hard to say focus for the whole match when you're not really seeing the ball. You get no rest and play at all.
No way through for Larkin this time. O'Sullivan, lovely close control. Oh, magnificent stuff from Denise O'Sullivan. Here comes the cross, hoisted away by Callandadze. Doesn't mind those tight spaces. Denise O'Sullivan has the touch and the vision, the awareness, the balance to work her way through.
Yeah, absolutely, beautiful piece of skill. I think Denise actually thrives in them small situations and shows her skill and her ability to get out of it.
A different setup on the corner this time. Here we go with the goal scorer, Katie McCabe. Pattons with the flick. The goalkeeper eventually held on, and now feeling she's been caught. Anna Patton attacked it, little glancing header at the near post.
Yeah, it looks like another one they worked on as well, just to the front post. Anna Patton gets herself free, just doesn't get a good enough connection on it, and Gabunia collects it. And I think she was just caught a little bit there in the end, but perhaps just trying to regroup her team together.
Just took a blow to the head here. The intention from Julianne Russell, but a little bit of a painful one. So final couple of minutes in Tbilisi. Ireland with the 1-goal lead. First half they've dominated. Georgia proving a tough nut to crack.
We're already starting to find more space, I think, on the ball just after we scored the goal. Just pulling Georgia out of their position and keep the ball moving.
As we mentioned earlier, the vast majority of this Georgian squad home base, and talk about those levels that they're playing at domestically versus these Republic of Ireland players. Fitness levels, albeit the Irish players in the early parts of their season. Important for a few of them as well who mightn't be starters at the moment. You look at Aoife Mannion maybe at Manchester United, not a regular starter there, that they get this game time.
Absolutely, it's great that they can get the game time at a relatively high level.
To say for most of the rest of the 11 out there though, that they are on those starting team sheets for their clubs. Georgia having to work hard to try and get out, and that was a needless foul by Aoife Mannion. A little tug on the jersey. Bebbia slowly back to her feet.
Unnecessary really, but you raise your hand up at the free kick, isn't it?
Might be just something that's mentioned in the dressing room at half-time, not to give Georgia those opportunities needlessly to take away the Irish momentum and the Irish flow. Larkin, not much room over there, right in front of the Irish dugout. The crowd found their voices. An enterprising run that wins another free kick, this time Abby Larkin penalised. Well, anything they've done going forward has been through Maiko Bebbia. Content to take on all comers here, the slightest of contacts.
There's nothing in that either, Des, is it? I think the referee's a little bit whistle happy, to be honest. Yeah, it's soft enough again, but I think it's something for the Irish team just to be wary of, that she is going to give them free kicks.
And from Bebbia's point of view, we might call it gamesmanship, but they're not really putting anything together in open play. They're waiting for any chances like this. She'll take it herself. Good header away from Caitlin Hayes. Got there ahead of Kalandadze. Couple of minutes to be added on as Denise O'Sullivan sets off and wins Ireland the throw-in. And we can tell you, well, it remains 1-0 here. Wales with a job on their hands now. They've fallen 2 down just shy of the hour mark away to Slovakia. A reminder, the winners of that face the winners of this. Oh, lovely little touch, and Lily Agg driving into the penalty area. Ireland looking for another penalty. They're not going to get it though. We saw Lily Agg arrive in the first minute into the area with intent. Maybe not enough in that. Strong defending from Kalandadze.
Yeah, I think perhaps Lily Agg just seen the ball run away for it a little bit and played for it.
Well, a few seconds early. Half-time whistle sounded by Emanuela Rosta. Georgia dogged defensively for much of that first half, but eventually it's a handball that led to the penalty, dispatched by Katie McCabe. And in this first leg of the semi-final playoff, it's Ireland who head to the dressing rooms in Tbilisi, leading this one by a 1-0.
Let's rejoin our commentary team, Avonia and Des.
You keep promising, Marie, you keep promising this glut of goals. We'll wait and see if more are to come in this second half now. Interesting to note that Ireland weren't hanging around in the dressing room, went in. What was said, and they were out fairly sharply. And in contrast, Georgia, players arrived out in dribs and drabs. Some did a little bit of speed work with the cones and some didn't. But psychologically now, having defended, as we said, so resolutely for that first half and then conceded the way they did, can they switch gears, I wonder? Can they offer more going forward? Because you look at Grace Maloney, who might have been hoping for a little bit of something to do, given she gets the starting goal tonight, as one cross shot to gather under a crossbar. Maybe that's been the extent of it. Yeah,
absolutely, Georgia or Des. I don't think Georgia have much in the attack for them. I think fatigue will kick in this half, so it's up to Ireland now to pick up the ball speed, I think, and like Jamie and Steph said in studio, hit the wide areas and get balls in the box. And then that will open up them central areas as well, them pockets for Denise to get into.
Julianne Russell has certainly been identified as one of the big threats from a Georgia point of view. She's been very physically dealt with. Goes towards her again. There's the quick feet to dance away from the first tackle, but the ball to Lily Agg. Those two not quite on the same wavelength there.
And it looks like Katie's gone into a more central position now, just from kick-off.
See the Ireland substitutes there. Some were quick enough to make the dugout, some sitting up against that concrete wall. Heather Payne back in the squad. She missed, like Carusa, missed the last double header of games through injury. Marissa Shiva back as well. And good to see Ellen Malloy back in the Ireland group as well. Had a bit of a luckless time with injuries. One bad one in particular. But made the move from Wexford to Sheffield United, and she started quite well there.
Yeah, absolutely, Des. Been a good move for her so far.
Julianne Russell working the 1-2 with Lily Agg and still going. Tried to play Agg in again. Stout defending edge of the penalty area from Pasikashvili. Danelia tried something a little intricate in a dangerous area. Gets away with it that time. Keminava. Ireland keeping that pressure on. No easy out for Georgia.
Yeah, and Julianne's gone out to that left wing-back position. It's been a straight swap with Katie McCabe, who goes up top with Ciara Carusa.
Hayes, that early quick ball again, this time from Mannion. Looking to go into the feet of O'Sullivan. Labunia lets it run dead. Certainly a sign of the strength and depth around the Ireland squad these days, that they've arrived here without the likes of Louise Quinn and Megan Connolly. Megan Campbell, Jamie Finn's in studio, Jess Sue injured, Rusha Littlejohn injured. Squad that has been built. Depth added to it, including the uncompromising Caitlin Hayes.
Absolutely, Des. It's great to have that depth in the squad now, and obviously good at for Jess Sue, who picked up another long-term injury as well. I think since her return, she probably was the most consistent player in the squad.
Hayes dominant again. Toland turn away, and again you can just see it when the ball's gone. Georgia not averse to leaving it a shoulder or a leg in. Caberdanzia it was that time. 14 previous caps for the national team, 6 yellow cards and 1 red, so maybe no surprise to see her getting involved. Sullivan, a bit of zip on that one to Abby Larkin. Mannion, trying to get things going again quickly. Lily Agg, edge of the penalty area. To lay it off to Larkin, but 5 Georgian defenders around. And again, Ireland just have to be careful not to take the bait. Pebia sells it well to the referee.
Yeah, that's time and time again, Des. I think minimum amount of contact and they're going to go down. So I think something Ireland have to be wary of, because every time I suppose they get a free kick or the game goes dead, it just gives them a little bit of rest and play and kills their tempo.
Shove maybe born out of frustration for Lily Agg. She's enjoying a good season with the championship leaders in England, Birmingham City. Katie McCabe, too much on that for Denise O'Sullivan. It's the second time Ireland women's national team would have played a Euro qualifying playoff. The last one back in 2008. They were drawn against Iceland. 3-1 over the 2 legs.
On ice, Des. We played on ice.
you remember it well. McCabe, lovely ball, Agg, sharp turn. Tried to slip it into Carusa. Another nearly moment, an almost moment for Ireland. Just when they put that little bit of zip in those passes, they'll take out a few of the blanket cover Georgian defenders. Larkin. Denise O'Sullivan steps away into space. Well charged down. First 5 minutes of the second half, Ireland asking some questions. Need to increase that tempo again. That ball into the feet of Liliag again, who's definitely pushing on in that attacking midfield role. For Hayes and Mannion and Co to arrive. Georgia step up to take Ireland to the 18-yard line. And the referee demanding a very generous 10 yards here. Dan Caldwell, you will see, just pulled out of the squad laid on. A little bit of a back injury, we understand. Won't be playing a part tonight. Katie McCabe swings it in. Great ball as well. Goalkeeper came and got the bit of luck that she was hoping for once she didn't get hands on that one. Lyra Carusa in there sniffing something that might come her way. Wicked delivery from Katie McCabe.
Yeah, great whip on the ball in from Katie McCabe, and I think Lyra Carusa just gets a little touch on it ahead of the goalie and unfortunately goes over the bar.
Ireland coming out seemingly with the intent to get an early second goal here, just to chip away at this Georgian spirit. O'Sullivan. Caruso, O'Sullivan again. Important tackle, that one. Sakashvili. One-way traffic again, nice ball. Down the middle to McCabe from Patton. Russell backing her pace, and on she goes past Kadagishvili, gets her crossing as well. Vital touch, Chikartishvili. That header might have been goal bound. Just changed the flight of it. And finally, a little respite. It's been very much back foot for Georgia in the second half already. Fouled by Russell, or maybe indeed by Tyler Toland.
Yeah, and it just comes off the back of a nice little bit of play by Julianne Russell down that left-hand side, find herself in a 1v1. You back her all day in them situations and gets a good delivery into the box.
Buzz of excitement again as Georgia get forward and win themselves a corner. Two players in and around Grace Maloney again. Trying to pin her on her line. Line hanging. And one person they didn't want to hit there was Caitlin Hayes. Another dominant header, one and then a second. Oh, lovely deft touch that from Denise O'Sullivan, and in turn from Carusa. Just broke away from Julianne Russell. And the chance for now is gone. Anna Patton. Mannion stealthily creeping forward right of her. Here is Ag. Once again, it's Danelia back in her own penalty area.
More space is starting to open in them areas now. Des as well. Liliac got through there. A little bit of space between the wing back and the left side of centre back as well, because Abby Larkin's keeping her, holding her position well high and wide.
Things definitely happening quicker and fewer touches being taken. Patton takes it back from Toland. Mannion. Not expecting that and commits the foul. And Chikartishvili.
if Mannion just tries to play one into feet to Liliag, and I think she got caught going in behind as well, so just caught her off guard and she catches the Georgian player. Still all about us and our tempo. Des, touch, play, keep changing the picture. They're going to get tired.
Marissa Shiva for Liliag here. So for Marissa Shiva, coming on for her 8th cap. Liliag departs. First change from Eileen Gleeson. Shiva will certainly hope to bring that little bit of dash in the attacking areas. Patton strong in the air, far too strong for Bordanzia. One back by Keminava. Almost at the 90-minute mark in the other game of significance to us tonight. Slovakia still leading Wales by 2-0. Wales went into that one on an 8-game unbeaten run. They have a job to do in the return leg.
Kay began asking the referee to speed up the play. Georgia are happy to still time waste at 1-0 down.
Gabunia looking out towards this near side. Mannion penalised this time with a little nudge on Bebbia. I have to give credit to Ira Santman, who's come in. She's certainly made them a more difficult side to play against. You think back to the 23 World Cup qualifiers, they lost all 8 games, 54 goals conceded, not a single goal scored, 20 goals over the 2 legs against the Republic of Ireland. And in terms of a single game in Gorey, they were hammered 15-0 by Sweden. And psychologically, most of these players played in those games. It's, you'd imagine, hard to lift yourself off the floor when you're getting beaten by those margins, but whatever she's done and her coaching staff have done, she's given them a little bit more belief, certainly more structure. O'Sullivan, good setup for Larkin. Oh, and touched in at the near post. Kira Carusa, how she found space to find the back of the net there, I'm not so sure. So little of the target to hit, but she got a touch that took it beyond Gabunia. And Ireland's early second half pressure yields a second goal.
Yeah, and it all came from Aoife Mannion playing Denise into that bit of space from Abby Larkin staying wide, puts in a little ball across the box, and it's a great little touch flick in from Kira Carusa at the front post and through the legs of Gabunia.
Oh, it's a delightful finish from Kira Carusa. Her 8th goal for Ireland, opened her account against Georgia in Tala. And that is a delightful moment for a centre forward. Practice those in training time and again. They come off sometimes and sometimes they don't, but she got that one perfect.
Yeah, great little instinctive finish. And I think that's the second goal that Ireland needed now.
I don't think that they were ever going to be sweating on the result here, but well, just a reward for upping the tempo in the second half. Good work by Abby Larkin in that move again down the right-hand side. She's certainly taken her chance tonight.
Yeah, Des, Abby looks really sharp and perhaps benefiting from a little bit more game time at Crystal Palace so far this season.
Good footballing family. Daniel Kelly, her cousin at Derry, chasing a double this season, though a knee injury has caused him some issues this season. And we can tell you, while it's 2-0 here, we have another goal in Slovakia, and it's the goal that Wales needed. They've halved the deficit. 2-1 there now, time almost up. So that one very much back in the melting pot. Ireland in control here as they come hunting a third now. Denise O'Sullivan draws the wide defender to her to give Larkin a little bit of time. Sullivan available again. Lovely little jink. And across towards the back by Gabunia. Helps it on its way.
Great little cross hung up there by Denise O'Sullivan, and Gabunia does enough just to get it away, but still an Ireland corner.
Gabunia just seems to have hurt her back in landing. Two reserve goalkeepers, very inexperienced, one with just 5 caps, the other yet to debut, if they do need to replace her. Ireland will certainly be feeling a little better about life now that that second goal has gone in, and maybe in the manner it did as well. Terrific finish from Carusa.
Yeah, lovely goal, well worked goal from Aoife Mannion. Found Denise in that little pocket of space. Abby Larkin, great little outside to inside run, and Ciara Carusa with a delightful finish at the front post. And I wonder now, the Georgian fans are still in good spirits, but I wonder now if we'll see a few more substitutions as the game goes on.
To say they've been terrific, given it's been a rear guard action from their side all night. One of those games for Ireland, it really is a no-win situation. You're expected to come here and win well.
Yeah, that's it, Des. The most important thing's the 3 points, but we're only speaking at half-time that the game might open up a little bit more in Tallaght Stadium, a bigger pitch. It looks quite compact.
No, not going to be the in-swinger this time, something a little bit different. Katie McCabe across to that side. Plenty of movement in that penalty area. Bebbia got a little nick on it to take it away. Here is Shiva. Straight back in again. Mannion looking for the little touch to take it to Patton. Lifted by Hayes. It's wide of the target. Hayes up in front again. Whoever has gone into that centre-forward position over the course of the game for Georgia, Kemenava, Bebbia, Kabordanzia, they've got no change out of that Ireland back three. From Georgia's point of view, though, the main thing is the coach coming in. Let's be harder to beat, and then we can try and add that attacking element as we go on.
Absolutely, it's been a good success. They've got here to the playoff, obviously, an historic occasion for them as well, and I think that's why it's good that they have that league seed, that they've something to build on.
Yeah, Nations League, men's and women's, has been a great addition. Mannion. Early ball again. O'Sullivan. Drifting across, being shadowed by Pasikashvili. Marissa Shiva. Out she comes to Hayes. Patton. Mannion. Biding their time, waiting for those spaces to open up. Carusa. McCabe.
Yeah, we're just starting to enjoy the football now for a little bit with that 2-goal lead.
Shiva, a lovely take and turn. Goes in low, that could be a penalty as well. Ungainly looking tackle. O'Sullivan has danced her way through. Maybe an arm on her as well as she went through. The referee not interested in giving one or either. Mannion. Early shout from Gabunia. But Marissa Shiva has come in and looked sharp. Yeah,
good little piece play as well. And then the ball just breaks to Denise O'Sullivan. looks like she was pulled back and gone by the fouls the referee was given early in the competition, or early in the match, sorry.
I don't mind seeing that tackle on Carusa as well. Defender was definitely on the wrong side. Ireland maybe feeling comfortable though at 2-0 here. Not going to push it too much with the match official. Full-time whistle has sounded in Slovakia, and you just wonder how the hosts are feeling about it. They were 2-0 up into the 89th, 90th minute, and that would have been a really good scoreline for them, but the late goal for Wales has just given them that hope, and maybe just left that annoyance. Katie McCabe from a long way out, the goalkeeper's completely lost it. It sails over her head, and Katie McCabe, from a world removed, has found Ireland's third goal. Consoling Pat for the goalkeeper, but just seemed to get her bearings completely wrong here. Katie McCabe, why not have a go from there with the left foot she has?
Yeah, great vision by Katie McCabe. Finds herself in a nice little bit of space, just looks up, hits the target, and it goes straight in over the Gabunia's head and puts out, gives Ireland the 3-0 lead.
And scored a stunner on her last visit to Georgia. Katie McCabe had a look, saw the goalkeeper off her line. But Gabunia has got her bearings all wrong, seemed to pull her hands away from it. And Katie McCabe on the double, Ireland 3-0. Quarter of the game still to go, and Georgian spirits now, you'd imagine, are waning. Will be interesting to see how Eileen Gleeson approaches Tuesday night. In the moment you only have the players for a certain amount of time, international windows, and huge playoff final over 2 legs coming up. So do you keep the core of the main starting 11 for you on the pitch, or do you give minutes to some who mightn't be involved here? How do you go about it?
It's a foul there for Katie McCabe. Yeah, Georgia, or Des, sorry. Yeah, it's a tough one, I suppose, because there's so limited contact time in international windows, and hopefully we'll be in the next mix in the second round playoff against Slovakia or Wales. So you do want to keep a little bit of consistency through the squad just to build them relationships as well. Just a late challenge in on Katie McCabe.
I did reference earlier, Cabor Danzia has a tendency to pick up a card, and there is one for her. Georgia just getting themselves into a little huddle just to try and lift spirits again. And for Gabunia, the goalkeeper, she'd a very good first half hour. She was brave in terms of maybe not too many shots to save. There was the Denise O'Sullivan one, but lots of crosses to deal with. But she came out and attacked. But that Katie McCabe second goal, that's a moment she'd like back again, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it just caught her off guard. It was great vision by Katie McCabe, and you just think, where did Georgia go from here? They haven't really threatened going for forward. They're 3-0 down. You think they might have to change their game plan slightly, but that might play into Ireland's hands and create more goal scoring opportunities.
Substitution for Georgia.
Lizzie Kankia, the 17-year-old, is on for her senior debut, replacing someone at the other end of the senior international spectrum, Pasikashvili. Season end brought to her 93rd cap. She's set to become the first ever Georgian female player to reach 100 caps. But it is Lizzie Kankia, almost half her age, coming on to replace her. Chance to go down the left-hand side here, cross too close to Gabunia. Imagine we might see a few more changes from Eileen Gleeson now as well in the 20 minutes or so that remain. Patton. Larkin gliding forward again. O'Sullivan. And back to goal. Katie McCabe hunting that hat-trick. Lovely bit of work again. Both of those wing-backs involved again, although Katie McCabe playing more centrally in the second half. Larkin setting up O'Sullivan to cross.
And it's a great little swiveling effort by Katie, like you said, going after that hat-trick. And Abby Larkin did really well there, just cutting inside, and great one in behind by Denise O'Sullivan.
Can Ireland press on these last 20 minutes? And another few goals for the supporters who've made the trip to Tbilisi. Second leg formality now, you would suggest. Ireland moving one step closer to the European Championship finals in Switzerland next summer. Finding the goals starting to come now. At one point they went 6 without scoring from the 6-1 hammering of Northern Ireland in Belfast in the Nations League, up until Julianne Russell late on in Norwich in the Euro qualifiers. Little asterisk next to that, I guess, is the calibre of opposition they were playing. Just like a confident attacking side at the moment, and that will stand to them heading into that playoff, whether it will be Wales or Slovakia. And players who can offer that little bit of versatility as well. We've seen that switch, McCabe and Russell, in the second half, and that's certainly borne fruit as well. Latest set-piece delivery, and Patton, after she gave the shout to Hayes, headed it goalwards. Georgia with so many bodies in the way, though. Shiva looking to nick it back. O'Sullivan does exactly that, and now goes left to Russell. Once again taking on Kadagishvili. O'Sullivan, so good over those first few yards. Ball glued to her foot. Julianne Russell's effort charged down as she looks to continue her own personal goal-scoring run. And out for an Ireland throw-in. Caitlin Hayes. Mannion. Larkin. If that give and go. With Anna Patton, who'd stay forward. Caberdanzia. Bebbia. And she's been chasing back, trying to double up with her fullback against Abby Larkin. Double change on the way, Leanne Kiernan and Jessie Stapleton. And Kira Carusa is the first one to go, and she will depart off the back of a beautifully taken second Ireland goal. It's also the end of the evening for Tyler Toland as the ever-versatile Jessie Stapleton comes in. And in terms of work rate up front, Leanne Kiernan certainly won't be dropping, will it?
Oh, absolutely not. A great goal threat to bring on and replace Kira Caruso, who got that lovely second goal. I think she's been really pivotal to us tonight as well, holding up the ball. It's in one of these games where you're crowded out the centre forward, doesn't see much of the play, but it's important to be disciplined and stretch the play and occupy the centre backs.
Tinitin Ambalia, another 17-year-old in, but not for her debut, for her 15th cap. She replaces Caberdanzia. It's one of the positives as for Iris Antman. There are a clutch of teenagers coming through and becoming senior internationals now. You can only stand to them going forward. I'm sure she'd like to see some of her players, though, go to competitive leagues in Europe and a chance to take that step forward.
I don't think she can question the referee's decision on that one. It looked a little bit reckless as pulled Denise O'Sullivan down from behind.
Chemanova still pleading her case to no avail. Well, let's see if it's a case of Patton and Hayes around the back here again for this free kick. Jessie Stapleton, whose loan move from West Ham to Sunderland has worked out really well for her. On the mark recently against Charlton, she's up there hunting a goal as well. Just her 8th cap. Here we go. McCabe, another great delivery. And Anna Patton was a hair's breadth away from significant contact there.
Yeah, another good ball in, and Anna Patton wasn't far off that. Very little run to the front post.
Gasviani's defensive work was telling. That intensity that Georgia brought in the first half has certainly dipped, no surprise maybe. And Balia, that's her first touch. Bebia still busy. Balia in again, but Stapleton is strong. Referee sees that as a foul though. It'll be interesting to see where Jessie Stapleton's long-term future in an Ireland team lies. She's so versatile, can play in so many positions.
Yeah, Des, I still think her best position is centre-back, but can come in and do a holding midfield role as well. And I think it's key for her now as well, the move she made, that she gets game time.
I mentioned the Georgian teenagers, Stapleton just 19, Abby Larkin, one of Ireland's stars tonight, just 19. And those, the experienced campaigners, the top-level stars, Denise O'Sullivan, Katie McCabe and co. Leanne Kiernan knocked off it, but Shiva busy again, there to get it back. Mannion, excellent vision, great delivery as well, pings it out to that left-hand side for Russell. McCabe, Russell on the move again. And that one runs dead for a goal kick. Shiva. This time the decision goes Ireland's way. Chemanova will have to be careful. This time taken short. McCabe to Hayes to Mannion. McCabe again, O'Sullivan. Not many better in those situations. Seemingly no space to work in. Magician with the ball at her feet, Denise O'Sullivan. And Aoife Mannion, after a night facing Bebia, was actually trying to get out of her way that time, knowing that she was looking for that free kick again.
Yeah, I don't think there's that in that. I think Aoife Mannion was trying to be smart there and just get out of the way. And the referee still rewards a free kick. You can see the frustration from Katie McCabe.
I think Bebia just completely lost interest in the ball there, just trying to lean into Aoife Mannion and get the free kick, and she's managed to do so again, somehow. Worked out by McCabe. Russell works it out right-hand side. Larkin looking to be positive again, driving to the end line and winning the corner. She's then producing again, Abby Larkin, from that part of the world. Started out with Cambridge boys down there. Home farm Shells, where she enjoyed success. A bit of a controversial move to Shamrock Rovers. Before heading off on her travels, big impact, an early impact at Glasgow City, and Crystal Palace winning the championship, and now into the top flight WSL. Still just 19. Now can Ireland find a fourth here inside the last 10 minutes? A delivery by McCabe, and they have found the fourth. It's Jessie Stapleton, just minutes off the bench, her first senior international goal. And Ireland stretching away now, down the stretch in Tbilisi.
Delighted for Jess Stapleton to get her first senior goal just after coming off the bench. Again, it's good whip in by Katie McCabe into them areas. Anna Patton comes front post. And it's missed by Leanne Kiernan, and Jessie Stapleton in the right place at the right time.
And substitute Ambalia was with her for the first couple of steps and then just stopped. Stapleton kept going, thinking it might fall her way, and a little nudge was all it needed. What a moment for Jessie Stapleton and her family to see that, her first senior goal. And they're going to check it. There was an appeal for handball. A goal cheered to the echo back in Ballyfermot. Will it stand?
I think it has to, Des. I can't see it being given as a handball.
A long VAR check here. It's Jessie Stapleton to be denied her moment. This is the worst part of VAR, isn't it? When you celebrate a goal and then you're not sure if you can celebrate it. You're hoping you get a second chance to celebrate it.
Now, Jessie did celebrate it, though.
We wait and we wait. Even Kamanava's frustrated with how long this is taking now.
Just think, Des, if it's taking them this long to the side, just go with the referee's decision.
This is unusual now. It's taking far longer than it should. Just wonder what camera angles they have. But job done. 4-0. Well, maybe 3-0.
Hopefully,
we'll wait and see. Still,
yeah,
with added time, maybe 10 minutes to go. But as we said, this was a kind of a no-win situation for Ireland coming here. But in terms of dominating the game, they've certainly done that against a side that hung on in there for as long as they could.
Absolutely, I think we've grown into the game. I think there maybe was a little bit of frustration kicking on early doors with Georgia sitting in that low block, but we got the breakthrough. Probably from a necessary handball. Katie McCabe slotted it home. Went in at half-time 1-0 up. That Ciara Carusa goal 2-0 gave us a little bit of a cushion. And then I think we just started to enjoy the football a little bit. Got the third goal and hopefully the fourth now.
We might finally have some clarity here. The referee's calling Katie McCabe. I wonder if there's a little breakdown in communication. If she can't make contact, could that be it? We're all just guessing at the moment.
Just give the goal and move on with the game, Des.
And so say all of us. Confusion reigns in Tbilisi. And you can only feel for Jessie Stapleton here. Someone please run out to the VAR truck and we'll get this figured out. Well, as we continue to wait, Eileen Gleeson's thoughts, do you think, on the performance tonight?
I think it's all about getting the job done, isn't it? I think it was just about not letting complacency kick into this game. I think the expectation was we're going to have a goal fest. That wasn't the case in the first half, but we stayed professional. I think we upped the tempo, the ball speed in the second half. Abby Larkin did really well, I think, keeping her discipline out on that right-hand side, and the wing back when Julianne went out left-hand side as well, and that does create the gaps down for the likes of Denise Sullivan to get on the ball more.
Well, Ireland, a few footballs have been thrown onto the pitch just to keep the legs moving here as we continue to wait. This is an annoyance and more, I think, for the players, both sets of players. But the goal given after over a 5-minute delay, Jessie Stapleton can finally celebrate at the second time of asking her first senior international goal.
Yeah, there's a long wait. I told you that 5 minutes ago it was a goal.
I think we all knew, just had to wait for official confirmation. The perils of VAR will add fuel to the argument of those who don't want it in the game at all. But at least justice was done as we saw it anyway. The goal given, and Ireland leading by 4 goals to 0 now. As the saying goes, you can only beat what's in front of you, but as the goals continue to flow, you want that thought in your mind that we're a good attacking team now, we know how to play, we know how to score goals, with so much riding on the upcoming playoffs. Yeah,
I think these are great games for us as well, Des, where we see so much of the ball and we have to call upon our creativity, our movement in the final third.
It is different, as we said. Ireland have had plenty of practice being the side that's been pushed back and forced to defend, and having to find those ways to break out and be an attacking force yourself. Stumble by the skipper. Another 2 goals to add to her haul, taking her to 28 and 90 caps now, Katie McCabe. Not a bad return considering so many caps have been played, I guess, in that left wing back position.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, Des, we've played a lot of them games in like defensive. Our game plan was quite defensive in a low block as well, so yeah, it's no mean feat.
I just think you feel now as well the feeling around the side, Anya, having got to that World Cup and having played Australia, Canada, Nigeria on the biggest stage of all, and then landed in that League A group with England, France and Sweden. This is where they're feeling more and more comfortable now.
Absolutely. Them experience, I think, invaluable to you to play at that high level, that intensity as well. And even the World Cup was a great experience, that Group A was a great experience. Now if we can get to the European Championships, I think that will stand to us and be really competitive.
We've got a squad now of WSL players, someone like Denise O'Sullivan here, who's had such a fantastic career. And the experience that she can bring in from all her years playing in the US. Players have come through the US college scholarship situation as well, and how seriously that's taken in America at a young age. And then, of course, the players that you can find who've got that, the Irish parents and grandparents, and get them into the fold. Anna Patton, Caitlin Hayes, Aoife Mannion, that back three. All 3 big additions in the last year or so, year or 2. Julianne Russell slaloming forward, almost had Leanne Kernan in. And there's going to be at least 10 minutes on to the 90. So time for Ireland to find more. Certainly with the substitutes coming on, bringing that freshness. The likes of Shiva and Kiernan. Be hoping something might come their way. And it's one trying to find the other there. Away by Chikartishvili. McCabe. Shiva in a nice little pocket of space here. And maybe buoyed by McCabe's effort from long range. That one from a little closer in, but off target from Marissa Shiva.
Yeah, it was on as well. It was a great little ball in by Katie. Marissa finds herself in a really nice pocket of space. Just failed to hit the target.
So we'll have that second leg on Tuesday in Tala, which should confirm Ireland into the playoff final. And then, well, it's Wales or Slovakia, and recent experience of both, and most notably, I guess, Wales earlier on this year in that game that they won, beating Ireland in Tala. So how do you see, if it is to be Wales, how do you see that matchup going when it's all on the line, or if it's to be Slovakia coming through?
Yeah, I think playing Wales in that game will stand to us that experience. I don't think we were at it that day. That's not the best we can give as well, and I think that fuels you as well to do better if you come up against them next. But obviously Slovakia now hold that 2-1 lead over Wales now going into the second leg.
Wales will have home advantage as they attempt to turn things around. And an awful lot has happened, hasn't it, between the start of this year and the end of it now for this Irish team?
Yeah, absolutely. That was obviously before we went into this League A as well and got the experience of playing top nations, France, England, Sweden. So I think we're in a much better position now than we were when we played them in the friendly.
So Eileen Gleeson in the background there. There's attention here for Strick and Julianne Russell. Colin Healy there as well, who's been a good addition to Eileen Gleeson's coaching staff. All the experience that he brings from a really good playing career and a managerial career. Got Emma Byrne, the top caps holder.
Absolutely, you can see the girls are well organised, well prepared, and they have a game plan going into the game. Set pieces are worked on the training ground.
She's been in the wars, Julianne Russell, and she's played her last part here, replaced by Izzy Atkinson. For the 7 minutes plus that remain, Izzy Atkinson, another with Palace. On for her 16th cap. Stapleton, neatly done. She does look comfortable in that number 6 role, if we could call it that. She's got a presence about her. On the ball as well, and she's got her goal now as well. So always nice to get that early enough in your international career, isn't it? Larkin, Shiva, perpetual motion, popping up here, there and everywhere, Marissa Shiva.
Yeah, and it's a good late run by Marissa Shiva, and Abby Larkin spots her and tries to curl it into her feet, and we're rewarded still with a throw in high up the pitch.
Hasn't had a whole lot of club football this year with Portland Thorns, Marissa Shiva, but she's looked sharp since her introduction here, despite that lack of playing time. Sullivan still running things, and that one grasped by Gabunia.
Katie McCabe going off that after that hat-trick again.
It was Izzy Atkinson coming in around the back along with Leanne Kiernan that did for Sofiko Narcia. Her teammates attempt to revive her as well, and they're picking her off the ground was a little on the rugged side. Don't think she appreciated it. That's all you need in the 96th minute, 4-0 down. Despite this tie being effectively settled here tonight, you'd imagine Ireland would be very keen to put on a show in Tala on Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll go into. I think I sensed a little bit of pressure early on in the game when it went to the 20th minute, and we weren't really getting many opportunities of goal, and Georgia were sitting quite deep. But I think that pressure's lifted, and there's not as much frustration. As you can see, we're enjoying the football more, finding them spaces. And I think the big pitch in Tala will suit us as well.
Sullivan, for once dispossessed. Kanagishvili, who's had a running battle with Julianne Russell all evening. Izzy Atkinson onto Shiva. Wants it back again, gets it back again. Marissa Shiva, yes! What a way to round it off. Marissa Shiva gets her first senior international goal. And just based on what she's done since coming off the bench, it's deserved. Ireland 5-0 deep into stoppage time, and a moment to remember for Marissa Shiva.
Yeah, Marissa Shiva's been a live wire since she came on, hasn't she? Just finds that little bit of space, and it's a great shot into the side net, and then it gives Gabunian the goal. No chance, just looks up and hits it perfectly into the side of the net.
Well, this will be the angle. Little look from Marissa Shiva. Always arcing away from the goalkeeper and into the side of the net. Beautifully placed. What a way to open your account. That's an absolute stunner. And maybe the scoreline now more of what we would have been anticipating at the start of the night.
Yeah, it was always going to come. We just needed patience.
It's turned into a really good night for Eileen Gleeson. The captain leading the way with a couple of goals. Delightful finish from Ciara Caruso on her return to the international fold from injury, and first senior goals for Jessie Stapleton and Marissa Shiva. No obvious injuries either. Julianne Russell was just a knock to the face, maybe something precautionary, just taking her off. But in the end, a job very well done here. Georgia looking for the latest of late consolation goals. Pretty much everyone in and around the box needs a good delivery. Good early shot from Caitlin Hayes. She and Patton both attacking it together. Rock solid at the back when required. Your big takeaways from tonight, your top performer perhaps amongst quite a few good Irish performances?
Yeah, it's a tough one, Des, isn't it? Especially when there's so many goals. I think Katie McCabe led the way with 2 goals, was more effective when she came into that central area. And Denise O'Sullivan, as ever, has led by example and been really good in them tight little spaces as well. But for me tonight, I think it's going to be young Abby Larkin out on that right-hand side. I think she's been the star of the show since the start of the match, kept her width really well, is dangerous in 1v1 situations, outside to inside runs and getting balls into the box.
So Abby Larkin is Anya O'Gorman's choice as the top Irish performer tonight. 19th cap, and she has sparkled on that right wing. Katie McCabe again ushering her centre-backs forward. Maybe one final opportunity to find a 6th. Into the strains of those loyal Georgian fans, here it comes. Isolated round the back is Aoife Mannion. And let's just add to it her first senior international goal on her 10th cap in splendid isolation. Found by McCabe, last action of the game, Aoife Mannion plants her header to the back of the net, 6-0.
Great, she just finds herself free and hits the target. Nothing Gabunia could do about it. And then a great delivery again by Katie McCabe. And what's that now? 5 different goal scorers, 3 first-time goal scorers. Good night all around.
Yeah, really a big second-half performance. You could just see Georgia so discomforted by Caitlin Hayes there and her dominance in the air. No one spotted Aoife Mannion, and she took full advantage of the space afforded to her. A rueful smile from Gabunia as she's beaten again, and Ireland wrap up a comprehensive victory.
Yeah, absolutely good night, Des. Job done. On to to the next leg. Looks like we'll be playing in the second round playoff as well, so good to see 6 good goals, 5 different goal scorers. Obviously Marisha Shiva, Jess Stapleton and Aoife Mannion with their first goal of the night of their career.
Yeah, job done for the Republic of Ireland in this first leg in Tbilisi. Frustrated for 37 minutes, but well, once Kira Carusa found that second goal just shy of the hour mark, it was onwards and upwards from there. A 6-0 victory in Tbilisi. Second leg should be a formality, but do join us again for all the action live from Tala on Tuesday. It's ended here in Tbilisi on a scoreline of Georgia 0, the Republic of Ireland 6.